and who has taken this season by storm by doing it all, they say. The man, the myth, the legend, Japanese Jesus, Shohei Ohtani. Now, before everybody gets mad at me, I'm a Christian, so I can make those jokes. Now, welcome back, everybody, to Unreviewed Sports. My name is James Irvin, and we're here to discuss, can Shohei Ohtani actually win the MVP? Is it possible for Shohei Ohtani to win the MVP? Let's look at some of his numbers, of course. 277 average, 40th among the league. 34 home runs, first. 74 RBIs, second ranks, and a .688 slugging percentage. That is also first in the league. So hitting the baseball, he's like first and second and only 40th in average. But it's still pretty good. You know, they're not just going to look at average to determine the MVP. So, and then home runs, if you look at MLB's Instagram, 34 of their posts will be a Shohei Ohtani home run. Because every time that man hits a home run, they post it. 74 RBIs. He's slugging the ball well. 3.80 on base percentage. He's doing so much well just hitting the ball wise. In fact, I think he could win the MVP just hitting the ball wise. But the key to Shohei Ohtani is that pitching. He came on in like 2018 and was a great pitcher who could also kill the baseball. Bad thing is he's playing the AL, where the DH is a thing. I feel like he'd be amazing in the National League because he just could bat ninth for him. In fact, their pitcher spot could bat fourth. So that's how good Shohei Ohtani has been. Just hitting the ball wise. Seems like every time he steps up to bat, the ball is going far and the ball is getting hit hard. And that's I've seen people online saying Shohei Ohtani is going to fade away after the season. And the fact of the matter is that just simply is not true. Because if you look at some of the advanced stats on Baseball Reference and how hard he's hitting the baseball, if he can continue to hit the ball this hard, he's not going anywhere. Because the ball will just continue to go far. Now, I get there's some really hard hit balls that are caught lineouts. And that's just baseball, okay? That's just bad luck. Eventually, you keep hitting the baseball that hard, it's going to find some outfield grass or the bleachers. So, Shohei Ohtani, I don't think is going anywhere hitting the ball. Pitching the ball, he wasn't that great in 2019 and didn't do it in 2020. Now he's healthy. Let's see how he did. 67 innings pitched, 3.49 ERA, so sub 5. Barely, but sub 5. It's also sub 4. A 1.21 whip and a 1.9 WAR. WAR is wins above replacement. That's great to measure pitchers. 67 innings pitched. So he's not pitching a lot of innings, but that's fine. Because when he is pitching, they're not scoring that many runs. The only bad start I can think of is against the Yankees. And that was like 7 runs in the first inning. Not great. Not great. Not great. So, with Shohei Ohtani having a sub 4 ERA, it's better than most of the pitchers on the Braves staff. I'm not even kidding. So, Shohei Ohtani is probably better than most of the pitchers pitching in the Atlanta Braves. Just pitching for the Atlanta Braves in general. ERA-wise, now I would still probably take Max Fried or Morton over him just for one start. But hitting home runs, I would say definitely want Shohei Ohtani. Now, with that being said, I definitely would like, and if he can stay all of this, if he can stay doing what he's doing now, hitting the ball, just purely hitting the ball wise, he can win MVP just off that. But the fact that he is pitching so well, and he is pitching so much better than most of the pitchers in the league, just with his ERA and a 1.21 whip, he can do so much. And yes, I do think he'll win MVP. Because MVP also it's the guy who gets the most media attention, right? Like Patrick Mahomes, Tatis. These are the guys that have been in the name, and the voters see that, and the fans see that, and that's who they all think is going to win. Shohei Ohtani can keep this up. No sudden injury. Never won injuries. His pitching doesn't go off the rails to where it's like a 5. And he just keeps leading the league in home runs and keeps getting on base and keeps hitting the ball so hard that it's going faster than most cars, then yeah, he's the MVP of the league, of the American League. And in my predictions video at the very beginning of the year, I said Mike Trout would be the MVP. I was guessing right on Angels players. So I do think Shohei Ohtani can win the MVP. Question is it deserved or not? And the answer is yes. Yes, it is. The other argument is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And the only thing that's hurting Vlad right now is he doesn't have pitching. Can Shohei win the Cy Young? Absolutely not. Not this year. If they give it to him, that would be a little undeserved. MVP? Absolutely. Because with the Trout injury, who needs to step up the most? And that person was Shohei Ohtani. He stepped up. He's got great hitting numbers. And he's like one of the best pitchers in that rotation. In fact, the best pitcher in that Angels rotation. Because Angels just need a lot of pitching. In fact, that's why they drafted 20 freaking pitchers in the draft. One of these guys got to be good, right? So that's what they're hoping for. So, is Shohei Ohtani the MVP? Yes. Is it deserved? Yes. Because he's just good. He's so good. And I love it. I love that he's so good. Pitching the ball, I think it's honestly what's carrying him. But just ignore that. You look at the hitting numbers, and he's first in a lot of things. And he's second in most things. That's MVP. He's MVP just hitting. The fact that you have to throw on pitching too, and the fact that it's good pitching. So it's not like, well, then there's his pitching. It's, well, then there's his pitching. He's the MVP. Anybody says not, they're wrong. American League MVP should be Shohei Ohtani. And it's not just media hype this time. It is 100% deserved. Thank you for listening.